Hey guys, Tara here with Double Under Wonder, bringing you a fun 10-minute HIIT workout you can do today. So HIIT stands for high intensity interval training, meaning we're going to work for 45 seconds and then we're going to rest for 15 seconds. Our movements today, we've got mountain climbers. So with your mountain climbers, you want to make sure that you put yourself in a good plank position. Keep that core pulled in tight and bring your knee up to touch your elbow, one after the other. It is 45 seconds of that, so you kind of want to pace yourself out. Try to move through the full 45 seconds because you're going to get to rest for 15 seconds when you're done. After that, we're going to go straight into hand release push-ups, so our shoulders should be feeling it at this point. The reason we're going to do hand release today, guys, is with the HIIT workout, you want to make sure you're able to keep moving for the full 45 seconds and not having to take a lot of rest time in there. So hand release means, again, I'm still here in this nice tight plank position with my hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to drop down, flex my quads to keep my knees off the floor, lift my hands up before I push back up into my next push-up. So again, I'm going to drop down, flex those quads, lift up my hands, and push up. Don't let your back start to bow in these. Make sure you keep everything in nice and tight. If you need to go down to your knees for your push-ups, that's fine. Lift and push. If you also want to work off a barrier for your push-ups, if you're not ready to go to the floor yet, that's fine. You can use a couch, a chair, a table, a counter, a wall, anything that gives you a barrier that you can lower yourself to and then push back up. After that, we have just simple air squats. So, air squats, my feet are going to be underneath my shoulders, so they're a little bit wider, and I'm going to point my toes out. When I drop down in my air squat, keep that chest up. Don't let yourself fold over too far. So I'm going to come all the way down before I lift back up. If we can't get below parallel in our air squat, just go as low as you can and try to keep moving through those air squats for the full 45 seconds. From there, we have sit-ups. So with our sit-ups, we are going to lower our shoulder blades all the way to the mat before lifting back up, trying to get our shoulder past our hip crease at the top of the sit-up. If you want to use your arms to help pull you forward, that's fine. Or maybe you just want to go into a crunch and go as high as you're capable. After sit-ups, we're going to roll over and go back into plank, again working those shoulders. So my hands underneath my shoulders, nice tight core, pull everything in nice and tight. Don't let the back start to bow, and try not to switch your feet. Try to just hold it into one position for that full 45 seconds. From there, we're going to go lunges. You can go forward or reverse. I'm going to do reverse. Just a couple things to think about with your lunges, guys, is when I drop down, I'm not going to let my knee travel over my toe. I want to keep it kind of in line with my ankle, getting my back knee all the way to the mat. So knee over ankle. If you're going to go forward, it's the same concept. Here, making sure the knee is over that ankle. Knee, ankle. Push back up. From there, I'm going to do a dumbbell swing. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell. That would probably be more ideal. I just don't have one. So kettlebell swings, plate swings, anything with some weight on it. With your swings, guys, we got to make sure we keep the core tight so we don't put too much strain on the lower back. So once I have that dumbbell in hand, I'm going to swing it overhead before dropping. Instead, you want to drop your hips and keep your chest nice and high, and just let your arms work as an anchor to pull that belt overhead. From there, we're going to go into tricep dips. So for tricep dips, you're going to need a barrier again, whether it's a couch or a chair or a table. Maybe you have a set of rings that you can work ring dips out of. Those are also fine. But with those tricep dips, I'm going to bring my feet out, drop down, and push up. If we need to modify that, you can bring the feet in and give yourself a little bit more help from the lower half to be able to lower down and come back up. After that, step-ups. So you could also do box jumps if you have a box at home. Or you could do step-ups on a step if you have any kind of a step available to you. You can do step-ups on a chair as long as it's nice and secure and not going to be too wobbly. But with my step-ups, I want to make sure that I am pushing that knee over the ankle again, stand all the way up before dropping down and going into the next one. Again, you're welcome to change that one into box jumps if you have a box available. And then we'll finish with everybody's favorite, the burpee. So Burpees, guys, we're gonna drop our hands to the floor, jump those feet back, drop everything down. And then when I come out of my burpee, I wanna make sure I go full hip extension, get my hands above my head before I go back into the next burpee. All right, so this is gonna be 10 minutes of fun, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. Try to move for that full 45 seconds and just see how many reps you can get in of each movement. Here we go. only spot that really got sticky for me was the tricep dips. 45 seconds of dips can really start to get your shoulders, especially after all the shoulder work that we threw in there. But it was a good burn, able to push through it. It's also really nice to have the 15 seconds rest built in for you. That way you can shake it out, catch your breath, and then get right back into it. So hopefully you guys can get out and try this one today. Have a great day.